a lot of times when things go wrong in sports, I kind of said that to you in one of the earlier sessions, one of the earlier exercises we did. Stinking thinking happens, some people have called it. You know, it's not a pretty sight, but I think of a toilet bowl when people aren't flushing. Okay, it's kind of funny thinking about it, but you'll remember it. If we all go into our home and we had a roommate who didn't flush, we wouldn't like the roommate, we'd probably move out. But what happens in sport when you get down on yourself? You beat yourself up psychologically sometimes. It's like you're going in the bathroom and you're not flushing. Okay, it's not a pretty thought, but my hunch is when you're really struggling, sport like golf, other kind of sports, when you're really negative, sometimes you got to release it. A great way to think of a centering, besides what I told you about before, is sometimes I work with athletes, we came up with this, a flush breath. Sometimes I got to just flush all the bad stuff out. An example, maybe I don't have the perfect coach for me, but the coach is knowledgeable, and they always put one of those remarks in that bothers me. And maybe after the coach is done, that remark is staying with me and then it interferes. I take a flush breath. I flush the crap out and then I focus on something. A good way to remember this, I'm going to give everybody one of these when you leave today, but I have my famous toilet keychain that you can put on your bag or your backpack. So what do? Okay, when you're getting frustrated, nobody needs to know you're doing this. We're not going to have toilets all over. You can keep it inside your bag. Flush it out. Okay. Now I do this because it's dumb and you'll remember it. You won't remember anything else from the workshop, but you'll remember Dan's toilet. Okay. But what the most important thing that I want you to remember is that when you're playing sports at the level you're trying to do, to be good takes a lot of effort. There's a lot of failure built in. And sometimes you need to take some good flushes. And if you can teach yourself and discipline yourself to do those flushes at appropriate times, you're going to be better. Okay. So, remember, sometimes you need a good flush.